Hey guys, J-Man here. All right, weekly X-Men talk. Two books today, Excalibur and Cable. And I'm back from Gotham Central Comics in Mississauga. And I picked up a bunch of DC stuff as well. And we're going to go through that on a different show. Not this one. This is only X-Men stuff. All right. So Excalibur number 19. This is basically the return. Oh, spoilers are in effect. Obviously, I always do spoilers. So basically, Betsy is going to be, back at the end of this. So we see some of the other Captain Britain core members, and they're like, "Oh, we need to get her back." So they all kind of come on. They all show up to Saturnine and say, "Listen, we need you guys. We need to get her back." And she's like, "Nah, I don't like her. She went against me. Screw her. She's dead." They're like, "Okay." So Richter. They're able to get her essence, which is right there. So they're able to get her essence and bring it to Captain Avalon, and he gets Richter and these guys, and they're trying to do a spell to like put her essence back into this body that Jamie has made for her. It's not working. Quanon shows up. Quanon is awesome. She's awesome. She literally just breaks it open. It's like, yeah, she's like, this isn't working. She breaks it open. Betsy's spirit goes into a gateway, and Quanon goes after her. So she ends up being in this village, which I'm going to show you. She ends up becoming this flame thing in the village. But the big thing is that we got a new costume for Quanon. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I think it looks pretty nice. It looks pretty cool. So I'm liking that. She shows up in this village to try to get her back. So she goes into the flame. It's like Betsy's like this purpley flame, and she goes in there. There's like a well with like Betsy's corpse, and they basically just have sort of dialogue here back and forth saying, "No, look, we need you. You got to come back." And she's like, "No, I lost the duel and everything." So this is really cool between the two of them because obviously we know their history, their convoluted history, which no one can explain. Well, I'm sure someone can explain, but it's tough. So with all their past history, it's really cool. These are all just pages of them talking. I liked it. I thought this was really cool. I know some people aren't dying over Excalibur, and maybe I'm not dying over it, but I think it's firmly in the middle. It's like you've got like New Mutants, X-Men, X-Force, Wolverine at the top, and then, some of the lower ones that I'm not as into, X-Factor and Marauders. And Excalibur and it's kind of like right in there in the middle. Sword is middle to up. If once this King in Black thing ends, I'll see how Sword goes from there. It's weird. I guess it's an X-Men book, but it even seems like it could not be an X-Men book, but whatever. Then there's actually a ballad that they write for the town writes this ballad for the Violet Stranger, which was really nice. That was a nice little thing. So we have more dialogue back and forth, pretty standard. And obviously she's going to come back. So, no surprise. But when she comes back, she chokes this thing out. What the hell? That's weird. So I don't know. I didn't know what that was. And then this blue energy goes through Rogue and then goes through a gate, and it's Malice. So I don't know too much about Malice. So I'm going to have to read up on her and see. But I liked this one. I thought it was really cool. Cool little cliffhanger at the end. So yeah, I mean, I'm recommending Excalibur. It's cool. Cable number 9. I like this cover. They got the Sentinel head. That's great. This was kind of a filler issue, and I know some people don't like Cable, this book, as much. Look, I like it. It's kind of fun. It's definitely a filler. The beginning part's okay. It's AIM. They're where they're not supposed to be. They get telepathically controlled by I think it's Esme and Cable, and they put them into this torpedo launcher, and they launch them. They launch torpedoes. It's pretty funny. So that's pretty cool. Meanwhile, Cable's really upset over the kidnapped mutant babies. He doesn't know what that's all about, and he's also upset, obviously, that Strife is returned. So the rest of this now could have been done in like 1 or 2 pages, but it's just him going to different people. So he goes to Logan to try to figure out, help him find Strife. Logan is currently undercover as Patch. His Cable blows his cover, so there's a little bit of a fight. He goes to Rachel, and they're all trying to figure out where Strife could be. He goes to Magic. Magic goes into Limbo. They're looking for him there. This whole part in Limbo's kind of funny. They talk to this guy who's being like chained up for like a century or whatever it is. They sing songs to him. They sing that "I Would Walk 500 Miles" song, which is great. I like that song. Come on. So that's his story. That's his torture. I mean, again, this could have been a montage really quickly done because there's a lot of pages devoted to this. There's some okay dialogue. You know, it is what it is. He goes to Wildside. He asks Wildside. They have a little bit of a scuffle. So it's just him going to different characters, asking for help. Hope shows up, stops it. She's like, okay, guys, you know, let's figure this out. And basically, young Cable decides that we need to find old Cable to help out. And then you get a little bit of a note regarding duplicates and how that works for resurrection protocols and all that kind of thing. So, I mean, look, it's a filler issue. It seems it could have, like this entire issue could have probably, a lot of it could have been like half the page count and the rest of the page count could have been something more. But I mean, I guess it was fun to see Cable interact with everybody. I'm not like super dying over this particular issue, but I do like the series in general. And I mean, it's fun. It's fun to see Cable talk to everybody and engage with the different characters. So that's kind of neat, you know. But yeah, and Excalibur was cool. So this week was a pretty good week for X-Men. Whenever X-Force and X-Men and New Mutants and when those come out, that's when you know you're in the big week. And you know, when you see Marauders and X-Factor, you're in the bottom week. But I'm going to be starting a brand new segment real soon, as early as next week, where I'm going to have a couple of guests come on with me to discuss the X-Men books of the week. So a little bit more in depth than just like a 5-minute video saying what I thought. A bit more in depth about the whole X-Men current continuity, all the Dawn of X stuff, that kind of thing. And then that same show is also going to include the DC stuff, because I do collect the Batmans, the Supermans, Nightwing, Wonder Woman, Flash, Joker, Suicide Squad. So there's a few DC stuff that I'm collecting. As many X-Men books as there are is as many DC books. So I thought, why not talk about that? And I'll have guests join me for that as well. So it's going to be a whole comic book live stream. It'll be all about comics, but it'll focus on X-Men and then the DC heavy hitter stuff, right? I'm not going to go into every DC thing because I can't collect it all. They're raising their prices by $1. Fail. That's a fail. We can discuss that on the live stream. We are going to be back in the Danger Room as well this weekend. Danger Room may move from Friday to Sunday, so it's going to be Sundays now, and it might be a little bit longer. So we're going to discuss Superman and Lois. We'll discuss Falcon and the Winter Soldier. We can throw it out there if people want to talk about the Snyder Cut. I didn't like it that much, right? Well, I didn't really like it at all. So some people are really challenging me on that, saying no, they really loved it. So I'm cool if somebody wants to talk about that. We can talk about it. It's been a week now. Everyone's seen it. If you haven't seen it by now, too bad. You know, the spoilers are out there. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. And also, the X-Men fans thing is still going. If anyone wants to join me in the Danger Room to talk about X-Men, you don't have to be a content creator. You just have to be a guy who's a fan, guy or girl, sorry, who's a fan of X-Men and you want to talk to me. Let me know in any comments of any of my videos or on Twitter at Lifetime Nerd. Follow me there and let me know if you want to be on. That's it, and we will figure something out. That'll probably be Friday nights, maximum 1 hour. It'll be one guest or two guests or three guests maximum, depending on how many people can make it. That's it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time.